I know all kinds of dinosaurs. Triceratops. And Stegoceratops.
Hold on. Wait here. Don't move.
Timmy! It's dinosaur. What the f is that?
It is with great honor that I am back doing another in-depth review for you guys. You keep asking for them, I'm gonna keep doing them. Shout out to my friend Justin. His mom Joanne bought this for me at Walmart. Today's review is Stegoceratops. What the hell is this thing? She's only $7.88 at Walmart. Buy it at Walmart. Buy all the Basher Biter figures at Walmart. They're only $7.88 compared to Target, Meijer, Toys R Us. They're all $9.99. So get your Basher Biters at Walmart. Start off with the packaging as usual. You got the open box stuff. You can play with the toy. Saves Hasbro money. Back information has no other information about the dinosaurs except 3 random guys. These are all Basher Biters. Multilingual packaging. They don't have to reprint it in different countries. Really cool DNA splicing with the Indominus Rex skin of blood. Fades down blue to white. And you got this DNA red thing on the bottom here. If you go to the store, you can test out the animals, make sure that their features work. That's very big. And the second big thing is paint defects. These animals have so much paint defects. Hasbro did such a bad job with the paint. We're gonna get into the paint job later, but I have a defect on the bottom we're gonna take a look at. I've already noticed it. That's a big problem with Hasbro with these toys. My friend Chris said it best. These aren't for adult collectors. The paint isn't gonna be great. But, you know, you're still paying money for the toy. I understand that completely. It's kind of unacceptable compared to what we used to be as a Kenner, you know, fanboys, I guess. Yeah, let's unbox this guy. So, this is the proper way to unbox these things. There is a tab here that they fold into. It's all one piece and it folds together. So you want to cut here and here. Don't cut. I've seen people on YouTube cutting here and here and like, all right, it's unboxed. No, it's not. There is usually, if it's a growler, there's going to be instructions underneath there. So what you want to do is unbox here with preferably a knife, not scissors. Scissors is going to mess up your box. And this knife is not sharp, so boom, that's how it folds. It folds underneath there. So they're gonna be twisty ties here on the back card. This is how the packaging works. It folds. Boom. This is great because good job Hasbro. If I were to put this figure into storage and I want this figure with the packaging, all I have to do is twisty tie it back on, fold it back in, and bam. Kenner, for their smaller animals, this is what they did. They have the card with the raptor and it's sealed around plastic. Once you unbox this, there's no going back. That's why he's staying in the box. Plus this is like my first or second toy I ever got, so I'm gonna keep him. So let's unbox this guy. Typical stuff. Wow, okay. I didn't even have to do that top one. Okay, yeah, so this ties in right there. So I'm gonna save you. Oh man. Oh. Screw holes aplenty. Not cool, but the paint defects. You know, I tried to pick out the most perfect chomping Rex that they had, and she still had some paint problems. There's like a speck here, speck there, and then there's like one there. It's really impossible to find a perfect Hasbro Jurassic World non-paint defect animal. But, oh man, that is just, I'm not gonna take her back. But it's just like, if you're playing like that, you really can't tell. I notice there's a speck there. And what's sad is this is like the best out of all of them at Walmart. Well, at least she's got 4 legs. At least she stands up correctly. She doesn't have any balance problems like the Chomping Rex and the Indominus Bad Boy toy. So that's good. Her main features, we'll get into the paint stuff in a second, and then we're gonna go into her sculpt. Her main features are bashing head, which is typical Triceratops does. And then if you move the tail to the left, she kind of moves her head to the left. It's kind of hard to do. I'm mostly gonna assume that kids are gonna be bashing the head with the tail. Might as well get into the tail part. The tail is, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna break. I think kids, either A, they're gonna be very careful, or B, they're gonna break it. They're gonna bam, and it's gonna smash and it's gonna break. This is a very flimsy tail. I might as well get into, his electronics still work after 10 plus years. But no, I didn't want to get into this one. I wanted to get into this one. The spring is very responsive, very thick, solid feeling. This is the one I was gonna talk about. This spring is so responsive and strong. This is, I believe, JP2000 repaint. I think this is a Lost World trike, and it's very responsive, solid. You can probably throw this against a wall and it wouldn't break. This guy probably would. Early comparisons, we'll get to those later. Something my channel does. So just go on the left side, the side that you see, and then we'll get into this garbage. You have Dino Damage, permanent Dino Damage. Hasbro loves to do this. They've done this since Jurassic Park 3. The sculpt looks good on this side. I don't really know if I like the battle damage or the Dino Damage she has here. It looks like like a latex, like a putty or clay, and they just kind of just went and had a cat destroy the prototype or something, and then they just put it off into production. At least all of her feet stand and all articulate. Seems like the right side's a little tighter than the left. Maybe just for my model. The head looks pretty good. There's no third horn, so they did a good job splicing the DNA together for this girl. The head's got some pretty good detail. If you touch her frill, she's got some bumps and texture there up top. And her horns aren't too sharp. And the back of her frill feels nice too. I don't want to get to this side, but here we go. 4 screw holes holding this animal together. I'll get into the comparisons later. Other toys this size that Kenner made do not have screw holes. That sucks. Typical, you have your branding of Amblin Entertainment, Universal, Hasbro, in the year of production of the toy on that side. And you notice the head actually has, it's 2 pieces. You got like the neck and then the head. So the head can rotate when you move the tail. I guess let's get into the paint job. The paint job for this girl is pretty good. I like the green, and you got this beige. For the spikes, it does not continue for the actual bones for the tail, for the Stegosaurus portion of the animal. That's kind of weird. There's no paint on the toes. Of course, there's paint on the Dino Damage. But her head looks really nicely painted. They have little details on the top. Obvious beak, the eyes, horns, and then like this really cool fade on the frill, and then of course the horns on the frill are all painted. Other side's got the same stuff. Nothing on the tail spikes, and then on the back plates we got the beige. And then on the underbelly you got your beige, and then these paint defects right here. I think I'll just get some green paint or something and try to fix that. But geez Louise, man, Hasbro with the paint quality and paint defects is just, it really boggles my mind. I don't know why we have a Stegoceratops. Hasbro claims that, oh, well, since the DNA splicing feature of the whole film Jurassic World, we decided to make our own. So like, okay, cool. And then they make a Stegoceratops. I'm looking at this thing. I first saw it online. I'm like, you know what? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna buy that. It might be rare later in life or whatever. I started not getting any money, and I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at this figure on the shelf. I'm like, dude, that's kind of ugly. This is stupid. Why'd they make this? Chasmosaurus, this sculpt is just phenomenal. There's only one screw hole, and that's for the electronics. It's on the back side. And this hole is only there for the electronics output for the sound. And a pretty cool paint job. This is one cool looking animal. I can say that these two are compatible within the same universe. You can have some fights with these two, no problem. Roughly the same size. Stegoceratops is a little smaller. In reality, if this is supposed to be in the Kenner universe, this should be bigger than the Chaz. So, there's the Chaz. There's the baby trike or juvenile trike. I don't know what the official title of it is from the Lost World and the repaint of JP 2000, I believe. Roughly the same size for these two. These two are definitely play compatible. So they look pretty awesome. Here's one thing I will note about these two. For the blue, you really have to hold the body for this second action to work. Same goes for this guy. Well then, I guess it goes for the first one too. You have to hold this down for the head bashing, but definitely have to hold the body a lot to move the head to the left. So that kind of sucks. For Kenner, you had to hold the body, but all you gotta do is just real quickly lift the leg. Quickly lift the leg. I don't know what to tell you. But blue versus Stegoceratops. Blue is way bigger in scale than the Stegoceratops here. The Stegoceratops could probably be a baby or a juvenile compared to blue. Blue is a big animal, and the Titan class is even bigger than blue. So if you're getting those Titan class raptors that currently do not have sickle claws, which I suggest you not pick up, it'll be even more out of scale with the Stegoceratops. But you can still have fights. The good old classic. T-Rex versus Stegoceratops. This is the Chomping Rex, not the Mega Strike or the Stomping Strike it's called now. You can still have play times with it, but it definitely looks like juvenile versus adult here. And I would even say this is a juvenile sizing. So, I'm sure kids really don't care about scale, but I'm just going to show it to you anyway. The best in the world. Probably the best Triceratops ever. Versus Stegoceratops, yeah. Size is pretty interesting. Yeah, kids can have a great time with this play set here. You can have a family with the Stegosaurus. So it's like mommy and daddy. And we had this wonderful love child. So here's your family, kid. This could legitimately be your family right here. Those are all on scale. This can be a little child, a little juvenile. And let's compare it to the Kenners. You can pretty much have this from the book. You can pretend Ellie is Lexi. This can be pretty much the baby in the Kenner universe, indeed. All right, so final thoughts. I think kids will have a fun time. I think adult collectors, if they look at it in store and say that they still want to buy it, then I say buy it. If you don't have the money, if you're on the fence, I would say skip this figure. It's really not that cool as I thought it was originally. I don't know why a lot of people think this figure really does rock. The only reason I can say you want to buy this animal is that this animal is actually in the film, which Hasbro says it isn't. So if you like this animal, pick it up. If you don't, I remember when I saw the initial photo, I was like, what the hell is this thing? And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And I looked at the store, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm going to give this figure, for kids, I'm gonna probably give it a 7. This is kind of a hard thing to do. I think they'll break it. I think they'll look at it and be like, what is this? This is not a dinosaur. Adult collectors, it depends on if you love it or hate it. I really don't like it. For the adult collectors that like it, I think I'm giving it a 6. The adult collectors that don't like it, I think I'm gonna give it like a 2 or 3. Overall, I think I'm gonna give it a 5. So, this has been the Stegoceratops in-depth review. Check out the other reviews I'm doing. This week has been Spinosaurus, Indominus versus Gyrosphere, this guy, and Raptor Blue. So those have been this week's videos. I'm going to try to do more if I get more money. Once again, shout out to Justin's mom, Joanne, for buying this figure for me for my channel. She is awesome. Wave 2 should be hitting stores. I have no idea because people have been buying, the street dates have been crazy. I did a rant video too, so check that one out. How the street date's been just absolutely a joke for us. People getting wave 2 early, and some people don't even have wave 1 yet. So it's all been a sham. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Stegoceratops. If you're still interested, look at the store, buy them then. If you're not interested, I would not suggest picking this guy up. If you do, go to Walmart. You guys have a good day. I'll catch you later.